The sci-fi movie was seriously delayed by its title, but the special effects alone amazed countless viewers. The movie is visually stunning. The story is set 5,000 years ago. The heroine Jubit is a humble cleaner. She is tired of the repetitive work every day and dreams of doing something big. The sudden appearance of a mysterious man completely transformed her life. She removed an instrument and inserted it. Immediately, the door vanished. She entered. Yet, her every action was clearly observed by the three bounty hunters on the roof. They both came to Earth for Jubite, who had always enjoyed exploring the universe like her father. To raise money for an astronomical telescope, she agreed to donate eggs at her cousin's suggestion. Unbeknownst to her, her hospital registration information had been discovered by a mysterious person, and three bounty hunters also showed up. Now, in order to eliminate the competitors around the hospital, they surrounded the mysterious man in the hospital. At this time, the mysterious man also smelled the danger and immediately opened the shield and started the flying dazzle and rushed directly to the gate. Although the bounty hunter's firepower was very strong, the mysterious man still escaped. Soon, Jubit's surgery date arrived as scheduled. But when she was lying on the operating table, she found that things were not as simple as she imagined. She saw a doctor hit her neck with one blow. At the critical moment, a mysterious man suddenly appeared and killed all the aliens. Then the mysterious man took her to a rooftop. The man's name was Cain. He was a genetically modified warrior with super combat power. Jubit asked those aliens why they wanted to kill her. Cain disclosed everything. It appears that the vast universe is home to numerous alien civilizations, with the Abysses family being the most dominant among them. They control thousands of planets. After the queen's death, her legacy has been split among her three children. The eldest son, Bylan, got all the planets in the solar system. The second daughter, Kelly, got beautiful and rich green stars. Titan, the youngest son, received few stars with limited resources. Although the three siblings appear harmonious on the surface, there have been long-standing undercurrents in their hearts. To protect the queen's eldest son, Bylan sent people to Earth to prevent Jubit's inheritance from being taken back. The people who killed Jubite in the hospital were his men. Titan sent Cain to protect his youngest son. Jubite was confused and thought she was dreaming. Despite the recent chase, she chose to accompany Cain. However, as they prepared to board the spaceship, Byron's men suddenly appeared. They fired a cannonball and directly destroyed Cain's spaceship. The traction beam was also interrupted. The two fell directly from a height of several hundred meters. Fortunately, Cain had flying boots on him. He caught Jubite in time, but the hunters behind him were still chasing him. Cain skillfully dodged the enemy's attacks and seized a spaceship, initiating a fierce battle. The city was bombarded with artillery fire and tall buildings were hit by holes. Cain was more skilled and killed all the alien hunters. Their spaceship was severely damaged and rapidly crashing into the ground. At the last moment, Cain pulled Jubite, made a quick kill, and landed steadily on the ground. To avoid the alien hunters, Cain took Jubite to Sting's house for help. Sting unexpectedly punched Cain hard upon meeting him. Years ago, Cain attacked a royal family member, and Sting, his boss, was also punished for it. During the conflict, all the bees gathered around Jubite, which made Sting realize that his identity was not simple, as bees have always only submitted to the royal family. In front of him was the future queen of Abyssos. He immediately knelt to perform the ceremony of monarch and subject. When Sting treated Cain's injury, Jubite learned that they both had a pair of wings before, but because of the incident when Cain attacked the royal family, they were punished and their wings were broken. If they bring Jubite back to the royal city, they can regain their wings. Sting contacted S.H.I.E.L.D. to send a spaceship to pick them up, but it will not arrive until tomorrow. Bylan has dispatched numerous alien hunters to eliminate Jubite. Additionally, Jubite discovered that humans came from a planet known as Oros. 1 billion years ago, the Abysses family discovered Earth and wiped out all terrors to spread human genes. When the population is large enough, they will start harvesting. Just when Jubite was wondering what harvesting meant, Cain noticed something was wrong. It turned out that a large number of alien hunters had come nearby. Sting hurriedly took Jubite away, while Cain stayed behind to cover the rear. Unexpectedly, he got up without a scratch. He continued to rush towards the enemy and knocked down all the opponents in a few moves. However, Sting and Jubite were not so lucky. They were surrounded by a large number of trackers. During their escape, they encountered a hunter holding a honeycomb gun. Sting was shot and flew 20 meters. Jubite saw this and quickly fled into the cornfield. Unexpectedly, she was also knocked down by the honeycomb gun. Two bounty hunters rebelled and by the honeycomb gun. Two bounty hunters rebelled and killed all the trackers and a teammate, saving Jubite from certain death. Cain rushed over and jumped up to grab the landing gear of the spaceship. They came to a colorful world. It turned out that this was Princess Kelly's castle. The two bounty hunters had already been bribed by her. The reward was a box of raw juice that could make her younger. Jupiter was unaware that these small raw juices brought her into endless danger. Princess Kelly warmly entertained her. She took him to see the Queen's statue and introduced him to their planet's civilization. The knowledge and technology here are advanced. They have already discovered the secret of immortality. She has lived for 14,000 years herself. If her mother had not been murdered, she would be 100,000 years old now. Hearing this, Jupiter said it was hard to believe. To prove her words, Kelly demonstrated the process of reversing age. Standing in the pool, she then dived in. In the blink of an eye, when he stood up, when they got to the surface, the whole group suddenly looked several decades younger. Kelly told Jupiter that time was all they needed. They could even kill people to gain time because Jupiter was the reincarnation of the Queen and could enjoy everything the former Queen had, including ownership of the Earth. Cain rushed up to them and pointed his gun at Princess Kelly, making the atmosphere tense. Jupiter quickly explained that Kelly was not informed. Since Cain had informed Interstellar Justice and S.H.I.E.L.D., all the following information about Jupiter would change. They will manage the Queen's affairs. Jupiter will then journey to the planet Ors, the capital of the Interstellar Federation, to verify the Queen's identity. But when he confessed to Cain, he was rejected. Cain felt that he was of humble origin and unworthy of the Queen's identity. Jupiter tried his best. Even though he claimed not to care, Cain still departed without turning back. They soon reached Ors, a densely populated planet. A small office was packed with hundreds of people. With the interstellar lawyer's help, Jupiter quickly certified the Queen's identity. Unexpectedly, Cain's boss Sting betrayed them. He colluded with the third Prince Titan and brought many soldiers to take Jupiter and Cain hostage to Titan. Africa is here. Jupiter discovered the origin of protoplasm, which is made from human cells. A small bottle costs the lives of 100 people. The Earth is merely a source of raw materials for making protoplasm. Planets like Earth are in their hands. There are thousands of Titans. He also informed Jupiter that his mother found it too cruel and wanted to halt protoplasm production, but was assassinated. Now Titan wants to complete his mother's unfinished business. He doesn't want to be in the after his death. His inheritance would fall into the hands of his brother or sister. So he asked Jupiter to marry him so that he could not only complete his mother's career but also help Jupiter protect the Earth from being harvested. Jupiter agreed, but he did not think of all this. It was a conspiracy carefully planned by the Titans. Ors, a planet in the vast universe, has knowledge and technology that are hundreds of millions of years more advanced than Earth. It holds the power of life and death over thousands of planets in the solar system. In order to obtain the raw materials for eternal life, they are preparing to harvest all life on Earth. Jupiter, the Queen's reincarnation, agreed to Titan's proposal to prevent it from happening. But he didn't expect that this was a carefully planned by the Titans. He planned to murder Jupiter after the wedding so that all Jupiter's property would belong to him. Unexpectedly, Cain miraculously survived and returned to the S.H.I.E.L.D. battleship after being placed in the death zone. He drove the spaceship to rescue Jupiter again. At this time, Jupiter and Titan's wedding had already begun. Titan ordered to prevent anyone from approaching the spaceship and activated the spaceship's Warhammer defense system. Tens of thousands of Warhammers protected the spaceship tightly. Yan Shishi, Cain forced his way in. Just when Jupiter was about to complete the ceremony, Cain arrived in time and exposed the Titans' conspiracy. Jupiter realized the Titans had deceived him. Escorted by S.H.I.E.L.D., he returned home, but the shadow ahead shocked him. Byron had kidnapped his family and threatened him to give up all his property. Jupiter had no choice but to agree to go to Jupiter to fight Byron. To ensure Jupiter's safety, the S.H.I.E.L.D. warship followed closely. However, when they entered the world's space gate, Byron's men closed the passage in advance, and the S.H.I.E.L.D. warship was blocked outside. Jupiter was taken to a palace where Byron had been waiting for a long time. He threatened him to give up the throne and put Jupiter in the name of his family. He received all the property under his name. After careful thought, Jupiter chose to leave his family to rescue everyone on Earth. Cain, blocked outside, chose to fight with his back to the water, driving the spaceship alone into Jupiter's massive nebula. With strong faith, Cain overcame obstacles and caused explosions at Byron's refinery. Just in time, Cain saved Jupiter from Byron's guards. He asked Jupiter to rescue his family while he went to deal with the powerful lizard man. Suddenly, there was a loud noise and he fell rapidly. Cain wanted to rescue him, but he was entangled by the lizard man's tail. In the end, Cain was more skilled and killed the lizard man. Jupiter and Byron were falling. They both grabbed the objects around them and they were entangled again. At this time, Byron told the truth. He killed the previous queen. The Arrow Master beside him collapsed during the conversation. Byron and Jupiter fell into the abyss due to lack of physical strength. Cain appeared again at the critical moment and caught them. They quickly flew to the S.H.I.E.L.D. stage and escaped from Jupiter at the last moment. Upon returning to Earth, Jupiter concealed her identity as the queen, and Cain resumed his job as a cleaner. Cain regained his wings for saving the queen. This time, he accepted Jupiter without hesitation. From that moment, the two started a romantic and sweet love life.